Is my mute? Okay. Hopefully you guys can hear me now. It's 2:00, Tuesday, June 30th. I am doing my workshop like I always do every Tuesday. I'm the founder of DIY AI, which is a conversational AI agency and software that answers the phone for businesses, because I found out after doing this for digital marketing for almost 20 years that was the number one problem or issue that most businesses have, is they just have a tough time answering the phone or doing customer service. So that's how that started. And I also am the founder of a digital marketing agency that's called Accelerate Marketing. And today, you can ask any questions that you want. You can post the comments below wherever you're watching the video. You can also visit our website, diyai.ai. You can also go to our school community, school.com/DIYAI. And then you can call us or text us at 561-861-3238. I am going to go over 3 topics if I don't get anybody to jump in the call. I just posted a little bit late, actually. I posted this meeting to the school community, which, by the way, is a free school community. If you're interested, you see the title and the topics for today. I'm going to go through those. Most business owners are using ChatGPT like a fancy Google search. That's a massive waste of leverage. In 2026, the real money is in Agentic AI, autonomous software that doesn't just answer questions, but actually executes multiple step tasks like a human employee. And by the way, the goal for today is to help you guys. So if you have any questions, like I said, please ask any questions. That's why I do these. I do these primarily to give back to the community so that you guys can get results. I mean, I've had a lot of business owners, agency owners that have watched my YouTube videos over the years. I've created content for almost 15 years now on YouTube to help business owners understand digital marketing and to do things on their own. Once they start getting leads and they start getting some traction, then we typically get a call when a business owner is ready to take it to the next level. So keep us in mind, if you are ready to take it to the next level and you want to get, more direct phone calls on a consistent basis from your presence online. And it's a strategy that we've been working with businesses on for years and years. But primarily what I'm here to talk about today is leveraging artificial intelligence to grow your business. That's why I do these workshops on Tuesday, is to help you to leverage artificial intelligence to answer the phone. And but primarily what I really want to help you guys with is leveraging agents or setting up agents to get work done for your business. And you can do that through either Codex, Claude Code, Hermes Agent, OpenClaw, you name it. There's a lot of tools out there that let's see. I've got somebody. Let's see. I'm gonna give this person a here. Let's see. There you go. So hopefully we can get Caden to jump in here. He's in the school community. Let's see. Okay, he's not gonna. Bummer. All right. So I'm gonna go over the topics. So let me pull those up. I started talking about them. 2026 is the real money is in Agentic AI, autonomous software that doesn't just answer questions like conversational AI agents, but actually executes multiple step tasks like a human employee. We're going to show you the exact blueprint to deploy 24/7 agents that hook into your CRM, qualify leads, and close loops while you sleep. If you've been a lean team and want a 40% productivity boost without hiring a single person, you can't miss this. So that was the intro for the call today. And I've got Sean. What's up, Sean?
Hi, Brian.
What's up? How you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Good. How's the setting up we were just talking about, conversational agents in Portugal.
Yeah, it's been rough. It's been really rough. Learning a lot, but it's really hard.
Yeah, I mean, so explain to everybody what your challenge has been.
So I am setting up some AI voice agents for small businesses here in Portugal. Restaurants, electricians, beauticians, whoever can use them, people who need help making appointments and are busy and things like that. The problem is that in Portuguese, and this is not just my problem, I've learned, the AI agents, all of them, and I've used a variety of different transcribers and models and voices, they have a really hard time understanding and transcribing numbers. Because Portuguese people just speak numbers differently, right? Like all of them, like all Portuguese people, like sometimes like for a phone number, like my phone number in Portugal is 912-624-124. So some people will say like 92-12-46-1, you know what I mean? And then other people will actually say 91-24-36, and the agent and the transcriber can never get it right. I mean, I say never. I'm going to say it's 50-50.
Yeah.
So I thought I had it all dialed in, and then I went out to do a couple demos, and they just completely. It was great until they said, and leave your number, and then you leave your phone number, and it just the agent got all confused, would interrupt the people, get the number wrong, and so now I'm kind of. So my workaround actually is having them dial the number in from their phone.
Yeah, you text it. Yeah.
Right. So, they say everything, it goes really smoothly, name, day, time, number of people, and then just text, digit in your phone number.
Yeah,
so
that's the way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I figured, I got that done today. And so I'm going to go out tomorrow and do a couple more demos, but it's been interesting. Yeah. And, to your point of, saying, oh, my agents are bilingual or multilingual. They're not, dude. They say they are. And what they will do is they will speak another language as if they're reading it from a page, right? Like they would say, hola, amigo.
Yeah.
Muchas gracias for llamar. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, that's what it'll sound like. They'll say it's bilingual, but it ain't. It isn't.
Yeah.
It isn't.
Yeah.
It's a whole interesting thing. So
yeah, some are better than others, but yeah, that's good. I mean, you might there's other models that you might want to try, like there's Ultravox, Vertex. There's speech to speech and there's speech to text to speech. And so there's some workarounds potentially, but anyway, what other here? I'll sounds like you look like you're talking to somebody. So I'm gonna.
No, I was opening up Vappy to look and see what other models are there. Because
okay.
I played a lot with a lot of different ones.
Yeah,
I've been working with Claude. Claude's helping me. Try this, do that, try this, and
yeah, totally. Yeah, I mean, there's still again Ultravox. Like I would focus on speech to speech models like Ultravox and Vertex. Ultravox is probably the best, but anyway, so that's good. I mean, I'm going to go over the 3 topics for today, but I also wanted to see like what other and do you have any other questions or anything else that you want to talk about?
Not yet. No, go ahead. No, I don't want to
Okay,
interrupt.
no,
Go ahead.
I mean, the other suggestion I gave to you was you could leverage Claude, Claude code to really get a lot done in a business. Like you could just identify a simple workflow for a business owner and then have Claude do that work. So if you can map out with, just the workflow, a block here, this is what happens, then it goes to here, and then it goes to that here, then you can give that to Claude. As long as it's done over the computer, you could really save a business owner a lot of time and energy and effort by just having, Claude do something like that, because people still don't know that that's even possible. So that's the other thing that I was suggesting that you do, is identify the workflows that these guys do that are done on a recurring basis. Like, I mean, for God's sakes, like I've connected, like, for example, QuickBooks, to Claude. If any business owner uses QuickBooks, and a lot of business owners in Europe use QuickBooks internationally. I mean, there's millions of users of QuickBooks. I was really impressed that Claude, not Codex, but Claude actually has a connection with QuickBooks. So you could connect a business owner's QuickBooks. You could literally have QuickBooks do their bookkeeping for them. I mean, QuickBooks now has AI integrated, but I would say that if you integrated Claude 4.8, Opus 4.8, you could probably get a lot more done. You could, that's just one example of a connection that you could make. I don't know there's so many different connections that businesses use on a regular basis, that you could connect to Claude for the business owner in order to get things done for the business that humans are doing right now. That's what I would look at, is what are those things that business owners are doing that they don't really want to do themselves or have somebody else do.
Yeah.
That's number one. And then that's what I was going to talk about. Let me go into I'll go into the topics here really quick. There's just three. So one of them is moving from chatbots to agentic AI execution. So this is what I was talking about before you got on, which is just like conversational AI agents, voice, text, chat on the website. And that's the other thing. I mean, just implement, for God's sakes, keep it simple. I mean, Sean, you can implement a simple chatbot that I tried to implement for you initially. I mean, I was just watching the video and I agree 100% that from a guy that owns an agency, and he said that in 2027, by 2028, he said, and I agree with him, that websites are going to be pretty obsolete. It's just going to be conversational AI. I mean, literally, you're going to go to a website and the primary action is going to be to communicate with an agent. That's it. I mean, like, why not? I mean, because the agent can answer any question that you have. It's going to be like a simple, like, web page with a chat widget, is basically what the guy was saying for the most part. And you can implement that now, and that's all text. It's easy. It's like, model what my buddy S, he's a colleague of mine. He's been around the AI space for a long time. His name's ES. And he was the guy that I called when I couldn't get my agent, which was voice. It was a voice agent, to do text very well. What did I do? I Googled AI text and chat, and what do you think came up? His website, and right at the top was a text agent or a chat widget that I interfaced with, and the agent answered all my questions. It scheduled a time with me and S, and I was happy. I was like, I mean, that's it. And there was no talking. It was there. You couldn't. Nothing could get screwed up with the numbers and Portuguese and all the other bullshit. It was just a text chat conversation. So you might just want to focus on that. I mean, keep it simple. Like, honestly, that's going to be like the easiest thing to do, because there's no accents. There's no, you really can't tell that it's an AI agent on the other end, because there's no voice. You can't screw up the voice. So the person can't even tell that it's an AI. So just kind of go AI old school, start that. It's really the first place to start. That's what S started with 10 years ago with AI. He was doing this 10 years ago. So and by the way, here's one of the strategies, or one of the benefits of doing that, especially in Portugal, where nobody's using chat widgets. They're behind about 2 or 3 years from the US. What we found 2 or 3 years ago when we started implementing chat widgets is we found that the dwell time that people spent on the website went way up. Well, what do you think happens when people spend more time on a website? Google ranks the website higher. So they end up getting more phone calls. So it's this flywheel effect that you get, where you get more people that find them because they spend more time on the website. More people spend time on the website, so more people find them, and they get their answers, and it's like this flywheel that starts happening. So that's one of the big benefits with search engine optimization that not a lot of people know of. I guarantee you could ask Claude about it. It'd probably have some really good data on it. We could actually do it in a second here. It'd be interesting. But you could say, Claude, what are the average increases in rankings that a business might see by just implementing a chat widget on their website? Now, I know that you didn't have the greatest experience in your vertical, but it was probably a little bit too early. I don't know. I mean, every other person that I've implemented a chat widget on their website for, as long as it had a good prompt and it was trained well, everybody was happy because people got their questions answered, and it was a big benefit to the company. It saved them a ton of time, because that's time that a human didn't have to spend answering somebody's question,
Yeah.
So
it's just not high volume enough. Nobody was using it. It had all the right answers.
Yeah.
And the setup was great. I got a text every time. I could go right on and join them in the chat if I wanted to.
Right. But you didn't have existing traffic. If you're dealing with a restaurant that has a lot of people going to their website already, they got traffic. If you're dealing with a business that already has traffic, that's when the flywheel starts. Because those people are going to spend more time on the site. They're going to get their questions answered. It's going to save the company a lot of time, because the humans aren't going to have to answer the questions. And you're going to see all those amazing chats that are going to be answering questions for people. And you're going to be able to show the owner and say, hey, I don't care what it is. If it's a service-based business, there's a lot of service-based businesses that have a lot of traffic that goes to their website. So, that's where you could really add a lot of value. And that's where I would just say, the key really is, Sean, I think is just going back to like basics and asking these owners, like, what's your biggest problem right now? Instead of trying to give them a solution that you think is going to be the best, and just say, hey, what's your issue? What do you experience? What's taking a lot of time? What's your pain point? If you identify what that pain point is, and then you solve the issue with the AI, because we can try to give them an issue, but it's something that we've identified as an issue, not them. We've got to identify what, and then use artificial intelligence, whether it's through a workflow, integration that you could do, or conversational AI agent or chat widget or, any one of these tools, I think it really just comes back to, get out of the technology and get into what's your problem? Yeah.
What were those models you mentioned?
Vertex and Ultravox. Ultravox is probably we use Ultravox. It's got great voices and it's speech to speech, meaning
those don't even show up on my VAPI.
Yeah, I know, because it's not VAPI. These are different models.
And there's a reason I have to use VAPI.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, we use retail.
Getting phone numbers here is an absolute. It's turned into an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, I know.
But I will say this: like when I was showing people, and when the agent was working, people were like,
"What?"
This is amazing.
I know.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And then, but as soon as it fucked up, their face was like, "See, that it doesn't.
Yeah,
this shit doesn't work."
Yeah. Well, even if it's okay, 95. This is the thing. Everybody wants it to be perfect. Are humans perfect? No. I mean,
I know, man.
I know. Yeah, I was looking. Yeah, I forgot about you. So, so we got, that's the thing that I always found in the beginning when I was selling these is they expected it to be absolutely perfect, and we're just like, how many of your employees that are new are actually even good, kind of good, let alone, and you got to train them again and again. This thing you train once, and it tends to get better over time. So anyway, so let me go through these other topics and then we'll.
Yeah, no, that's interesting.
So let's see. Second topic. Designing frictionless hybrid AI to human handoffs. Okay. This is something. So this is a good topic for us because a recent 2026 research from Glady showed that customers' retention hinges heavily on minimizing effort during an AI escalation. Businesses must build a unified data stream so context transfers seamlessly when an AI passes a complex lead to a human team member. This is one of the things that I really like about our system is that it's simply known as a warm transfer. So the AI will gather all of the information from the person. It takes, it qualifies them. And then before it actually transfers the call to a human, it gets the human on the phone. It tells the person, hold on a second, I'm going to transfer you to a human. It gets, say you're the human that I'm going to transfer this call to. I say, Sean, I got Betty Sue on the phone. She answered this question this way, this question this way, this question this way. I'm going to connect you to her right now, Betty Sue. Okay. And so it does all that in order to make sure it's a warm transfer. So the human, so the person that I'm transferring to you doesn't have to repeat themselves. That's one thing to drive people nuts is, so VAPI should have that.
It could.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like I said, I was able to set up the workflow so it sends texts and emails to the owner right away, and made it like so it's actually in the subject of the email. It says, Spencer, party of 4, 6 p.m. Thursday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then but they still have to call back and actually confirm and put it on the books, because everybody here, like I've talked to all these restaurants, nobody uses online booking.
Yeah.
Like very few. They're books. The guy's got a little book and he's writing down, scratching stuff out and writing it. It's like, that's what they're doing. So,
wow.
But yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's old school. Love it. Capitalize. The third topic is capitalizing on the 2026 SMB voice AI wave, which I would say that's that's in the U.S., not so much in Portugal, because people are still writing chicken scratch for tables. Industry data shows that voice AI is the #1 customer experience investment priority for business this year in the US. We'll break down how to deploy voice agents that handle high volume triage when okay. So this is what's going on in the US. Not that it's, going on anywhere else, but this is, I mean, it's, people are more open to it, I think, here. And I mean, for God's sakes, I mean, you can go to Google. I could show you this right now. You can, if you have Gemini Pro and you go do a search for a service or something that you're looking for in the US, I don't think it's the same outside of the US for this exact reason, because people are not really ready for it yet. Maybe now that I'm talking to you and I realize this, and just understanding what you're going through, is that Google will literally ask you, it'll say, okay, you're looking for businesses, you're looking for an attorney that can do wills and trusts. Okay. Do you want me to make some calls for you? And the AI goes and makes. Have you done that yet? So you haven't seen it?
I haven't done it. No.
Yeah.
No.
So I don't think it's in Portugal. That's my whole point. Is in the U.S. This is the thing. I can do some searching right now, and every once in a while it'll pop up and it'll say, "Hey, do you want me to make some calls for you? What are the things that you're looking for? What's your price range? What's your this? What's your that?" And then it goes and it literally makes a phone call outbound as an AI on your behalf to those businesses. And here's the funny thing, if the AI that's calling on your behalf from Google calls a business that has an AI, you have two AIs that are talking to each other. So this happens a lot. So what we've had to do, Sean, is we've had to optimize our AI to give the information as quickly as possible to Google's AI, so that it would actually favor our client in the search results next time. So it's like, pretty soon it's going to be no English. It's just going to be like, and that's all it's going to be. It's just going to be like, two agents just yibber yapping in their own made up whatever, electronic language. And so,
well, this isn't technical in that aspect, but just real quick, one of the things that came up is like, I have two different agents, and in VAPI you have to make what's called a squad. So I have to make two different agents, one who's native Portuguese and one that's native English.
Yeah.
And when I ask the native Portuguese one, do you speak English? It transfers me to the native English one, right? Okay. Automatically. If I don't and just speak in Portuguese, it's pretty good, right? Except the numbers in the phone numbers. But it was like, literally, Claude was like, well, why don't you offer this in England?
What?
Because the English language is amazing, right? The English language agents are amazing. Mm-hmm. And you can tack on it's so international, like in London, there's so many small businesses, labor is so expensive. Mm-hmm. They're like, to be able to pay, whatever it is, $200 a month to have this AI agent is way cheaper, like way, it's a fraction of what it would cost, to hire somebody.
Yes.
And it would just be like, you might be, because the other problem, literally, the Portuguese agents sound bad. They sound robotic. They sound weird. It's just it's not stellar. But my English language ones, man, they're just perfect. They're like seamless, so natural.
Well, that's what they've worked on. They focused on is the English, the English market. They're focused. I mean, obviously, they're not. They started out all the big. I mean, let's face it. I mean, a lot of the voice AI agent technology came from the U.S. So they started with that market first. They didn't start in China or Korea or Portugal, for God's sakes. I mean, they started in the US. So they got that language right first. And then they said, okay, well, they got a lot of requests, I know, because we were one of them, to be able to cater to family lawyers that are in Chinatown, or that are in Little Korea, in LA, and so we had those kind of requests where business owners were like, okay, yeah, we have some English, but a lot of our clients are Spanish, or a lot of them are, Korean, or a lot of them are Chinese. And so then we could add those on. And this was like 2 years ago. And so we got those additional languages. If somebody started the conversation in Chinese, it would switch over to Chinese or Russian. I had Tatiana, speak Russian to it, and she said it sounded pretty good. I mean, it wasn't like, I understand what you're saying. I mean, Portuguese is probably not one of the ones that it's really focused on yet, but there are some that are better than others. Each one has got its own model for each language. So if one doesn't work right, try another, is what I would say. But I just typed in family lawyer near me to see if I want to get this. I'd like to get the that where it will make the phone call for you, but I think it's only on phone. I think it's only on mobile.
Right.
But I've gotten lucky before, where I was doing one of these workshops and I was able to generate it. But here, I'll try one more time. But yeah, let me just see. So like family. Okay, let's see. No, it's not generating it. But anyway, what other questions you got?
Me, Sean?
Yeah.
That was it. No, I mean, I guess it's just, it's hard. Like, I'm having to use something called Telnix.
Yeah, Telnix is the alternative to Twilio. Yeah.
And in Portugal, like, you have to provide all this documentation.
Yeah, I know.
And it's because I'm not a company. I'm a person.
I know. Yeah. So we've got the same requirements here in the US, similar. You have, we call it A2P registration. And you in order to be able to send texts in this country, you've got to go through this A2P process. It's basically a tax, $15, $20. You pay it to the government. You give them some information, and it takes 2 to 3 days to get approved. Typically, sometimes you have to go back and give them more information. But I heard it's even more difficult in Europe. So I know, I've heard, because we had some people in Europe that we were going to set up, and Twilio does offer numbers in some European countries. Or I think most.
Actually. Really expensive.
Yeah, I know. That's why. Yeah,
it's like over $100. It's like $130 to get a Portuguese number on Twilio.
Yeah, that's.
It's a buck on Telnix. But a week. I've been going back and forth with sending documentation, getting it back, getting questions, sending it back again. Give me a copy of this. Change this. Like I can't do it. So I have 2 more numbers on Twilio. Because what I'm doing is the way I'm showing is I've got 3 different numbers on Twilio. I put a specific agent on each one. So I've got the Portuguese only demo on one. I've got the English only on one number. And then I've got the handoff. Yes. So it starts in Portuguese, and then I say, oh gosh, do you speak English? And it goes, yes, hold on 1 second. And then the English agent comes on.
Yeah.
So I can show all those, and they sound pretty good. But I just set this up yesterday, because Twilio literally was able to get 2 more numbers in 30 seconds. Just like, click the box, add numbers, boom, import them to VAPI, done. Now that the heavy lifting I've done in the past weeks, like now it's super easy just like to add one more on.
Yeah.
It takes a couple minutes now.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's interesting that you're experiencing all these challenges, because I mean, I get it. I mean, these are things that we experienced back in back in the beginning, and I know, I hear you. It can be challenging. You know, I would say keep you know, this is an opportunity that's only going to get bigger over time. You've got other solutions. Again, I would just try to find out what their real problem is. And you know, hey Jordy's joining from Facebook. He's a buddy of mine. Jordy. It's my buddy Sean, by the way. Jordy, we go to Hippocrates and eat dinner and on Fridays, and Jordy and his kids are there. This guy's really cool, Jordy. He's got a place in West Palm, and he's got, you know, it's like kind of like downtown West Palm, pretty small yard, but he's growing all his he's got the it's awesome. He's growing all his own food in the backyard, and his little kids, he's homeschooling his kids. Isaiah, and I forget her name, but anyway, really cool little kids, and they're learning how to grow food and all sorts of stuff. So we eat with them at Hippocrates whenever we go there. If you ever came over here, Sean, you've been to Hippocrates before, haven't you? When you were here?
No, I haven't been there since 2012.
No, but you've been there before.
Have I?
Hippocrates Health Institute? No?
I don't think so, no.
Oh, you're saying you haven't been to South Florida since 2012?
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Anaya, got it. Okay. So anyway, yeah, we were just talking, Jordy, about AI agents. My buddy Sean, kite surfing buddy of mine from 2005 to 2012 probably.
Exactly when. Yeah, 2012 when we moved back to Brazil.
Yep. But anyway, yeah, we went over the topics. If you guys have any questions, you can join our Facebook group or our school community. Our website's DIYAI.ai. Go to our school community at school.com/DIYAI. You can call or text us at 861-3238, area code 561. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, keep doing what you're doing. Did any surf over there?
Got really good surf on Saturday.
Yeah.
Pumping. Great sesh. And then now it's been crummy. It's supposed to get good again next week.
Yeah,
summer is hit and miss here.
Yeah, we've just been working in the yard. It's been 90 degrees every day, and planting stuff. we got all kinds of wildlife on the property. We got a bobcat that's eating all our squirrels and rabbits.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was downstairs on a Zoom call outside the other day, and I hear all this commotion, like maybe 20 yards away. And it's this bobcat, and he's got this squirrel in his mouth. It's just walking on. Man. I showed it to Jordy the other day at Hippocrates. I was like, it's cool because the rabbits and the squirrels eat all our stuff anyway. So I was gonna get a cat, but I was like, hey, we got a cat now. We got a bobcat. Jordy says I use ChatGPT as my search engine. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Well, this is what most people do. This is why the title was not just using. This is why you got to join these calls, Jordy, because and Sean is testament to this. Sean, before he met me, before he, started getting on these workshops, and I educated him about AI, he was like, he was doing the same thing, using ChatGPT as a search engine,
Some other stuff, but minimal. Yeah.
Then I blew his mind by creating a PowerPoint for him in about 5 minutes for his business at the time, which is you're still doing. But now he's starting to implement some of these strategies that I've been talking to him about, like conversational AI agents, that chat widgets on the website that have AI answering questions for people on their websites. And he's in Portugal, so he's doing this in Portugal, and where there's not a lot of understanding of what's really possible. But what's possible is much more than conversational AI or just text or chat widgets. It's actually, like the title says, building 24/7 agentic AI workflows, or basically just employees. AI, take out the word workflows. AI employees that never quit, call in sick, or basically just creating AI employees with Claude Code, or you can use ChatGPT. Jordy, just use ChatGPT. Don't pay for the $100 a month subscription and use Codex. I'm telling you, I'm worried about consulting. Wait, I'm worried about consulting business when ChatGPT now gives me a whole plan for my life. Yeah. What consulting business are you doing? You can jump in, by the way. There is there is a link I can give you if you wanted to jump in live. But but what Tatiana, my wife, does, she consults with people on their health, and she creates a complete audit for them that is mind-blowing, how specific it is, because she's trained her agent on her. Oh, not me. So what is not okay? Not you, is you're not consulting, or what does that mean? So it's got a memory. The agent just ran the businesses. Oh, so you're consulting businesses? Oh, consulting businesses when ChatGPT now gives me a whole plan. Yeah. Any consultant, yes, could be theoretically replaced by ChatGPT, but it's really how well you train the agent on your specific methodology that gets the results. And that's what Tatiana's done a really good job of. She's trained the agent on her processes. And now, instead of Tatiana, now that she's given the agent her understanding of health and wellness, the way that she does it, and to get the results that she's gotten, she now can create audits very quickly with her structure. And it's, instead of Tatiana typing them out every time, she just says, she plugs in all of the things that the person has, and then the agent spits out a very specific plan for that person. And
what's she using for that?
What's that?
Is it Claude Skills or?
No, she's just using ChatGPT. But I would submit that Claude Opus 4.8 would do a much better job of that. Anything that's planning, workflow oriented, any of that stuff is all Claude. Any coding, if you're trying to build a software, Codex, ChatGPT, 100%. Exactly after a couple of inputs on ChatGPT, it knows how much my perspective. Yeah, it knows my perspective on life, which now beats paying for a consultant, right? Yeah, it does. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, it understands you, and so yeah, you don't have to pay a consultant because it knows everything about you and your business. But some people don't even know how to use it. Like in Portugal, people don't know that you can actually do that. That's the opportunity for you, Sean. You can plug in the inputs for people, and then have it print out, the business plan, for the business owner to get them to the next level that they want to go to, especially, so you got to meet people where they're at, and in Portugal, they're not in the same place that the average business owner is in the US. They're just not. But anyway, we do these every week. And if you want to join again, Jordy, next week, glad to have you on. Like Sean, you can, that school community, you can join it here. I'll put the banner up there again. There's a school community. There's a calendar in the school community that you can check out, you get the link so you can actually, join, and then I can just bring you in with your camera, or not with your camera. You can just talk if you wanted to. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Let's do it again next week.
Okay, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for all your help.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh wait, let's see. Jordy, it even tells me when I'm going to make a bad business based on what. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and it would, like, Jordy, if you wanted to build out, like, Jordy was actually, like, people on his street saw what he's doing with growing his own food, and they were like, "Can you do the same thing in my yard?" And so you could have the agent build out those plans specifically for those people, and you could say, "Yeah, I charge $5,000, and for the audit, and then I do the whole plan, the layout." I mean, you could charge a lot of money just to do those type of installs, and just give that to somebody without even doing the work. You say, "Here, I can do it myself, or I could just give you the blueprint and hand it to you, so you know what to plant, where to plant it, and how to plant it, and all that sort of stuff, and you do the work." So that's something else that you could do. It'd be pretty cool. But anyway, all right, good seeing
All right,
you,
man.
Sean. Let's
see ya. You too. Thanks.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
Bye, guys.